जयं विष्णुपाद परहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्रसता श्रीमद् एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी ललिता विशाखा की श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण की श्री श्री गौर निताय की श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 9, text number 19. Evam Sandarshita Hi Anga Harina Brutya Vasyata Svavashena Api Krishnena Yasya Idam Sa Ishwaram Vashe Evam Sandarshita Hi Anga Harina Brutya Vasyata Svavashena Api Krishnena Yasyedam Sheshwaram Vashe Evam Sandarshita Hi Anga Harina Brutya Vasyata Svavashena Api Krishnena Yasyedam Sheshwaram Vashe. बोलिए. Mataji's. Evam, in this manner, Sandarshita was exhibited. He indeed, Anga, O Maharaj Parikshit, Harina, by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vrutyavasyata, his transcendental quality of becoming subordinate to his servitor or devotee, Swavashena, who is within the control only of his own self, Api, indeed, Krishnena, by Krishna, Yasya, of whom, Idam, the whole universe, Sa Ishwaram, with the powerful demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, Vashe, under the control. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. O Maharaj Parikshit, the entire universe with its great exalted demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma and Lord Indra is under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet the Supreme Lord has one transcendental attribute. He comes under the control of his devotees. This was now exhibited by Krishna in his pastime. Purport. This pastime of Krishna is very difficult to understand, but devotees can understand it. It is therefore said, Darshayam stadvidam loka atmano bhaktavasyatam. The Lord displays the transcendental attribute of coming under the control of his devotees, as stated in Brahma Samhita. Ekopyasau rachetam jagadanda kotim yakchak tirasti jagadanda sayada antaha andantarastha paramanu sayantarastam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. By his one plenary portion as Paramatma, the Lord controls innumerable universes with all their demigods. Yet he agrees to be controlled by a devotee. In the Upanishads, it is said that Supreme Personality of Godhead can run with more speed than the mind. But here we see that although Krishna wanted to avoid being arrested by his mother, he was finally defeated, and Mother Yashoda captured him. Lakshmi Sahasra Satasambrama Sevyamanam. Krishna is served by hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune. Nonetheless, he steals butter like one who is poverty-stricken. Yamaraj, the controller of all living entities, fears the order of Krishna, yet Krishna is afraid of his mother's stick. These contradictions cannot be understood by one who is not a devotee. But a devotee can understand how powerful is the unalloyed devotion service to Krishna. It is so powerful that Krishna can be controlled by an unalloyed devotee. This Vrutya Vasyata does not mean that he is under the control of the servant. Rather, he is under the control of servant's pure love. In Bhagavad Gita it is said, Krishna became the chariot driver of Arjuna. Arjuna ordered him, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratam Stapayame Achyuta. My dear Krishna, you have agreed to be my charioteer and execute my orders. Place my chariot between the two armies of soldiers. Krishna immediately executed this order, and therefore one may argue that Krishna also is not independent. But this is one's ajnana, ignorance. Krishna is always fully independent. When he becomes subordinate to his devotees, this is a display of Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, the humor of transcendental qualities that increases his transcendental pleasure. Everyone worships Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he sometimes desires to be controlled by someone else. Such a controller can be no one else but a pure devotee. Om Ajnanatimrindasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So continuing with this wonderful pastime of Damodar Leela, Leela Sukha, Krishna, in Krishna Karnamrit, he writes, one meaning of Upanishad, another meaning of Upanishad is Aranyakas. Upanishad is also called Aranyaka. Another meaning of Aranya is forest. So the forest is known for its Durgama. Durgama means very difficult to find the way. It is very dark because certain forests are so thick that the sun rays don't fall only. So once somebody loses the way, he cannot find the way. So it is Durgama, like that. So Krishna, Leela Sukha says in Krishna Karnamrita that, oh my dear jnanis and yogis, you have been searching for a long time, in Aranya, which is Durgama, for Parabrahman. It is a long effort, it takes a long time. But unfortunately, you will not find him in that forest, in that Aranya. Why? Upanishadartham ulukulena baddham. He says that Upanishadartham means the purpose of studying Upanishad, understanding Upanishad, is to understand Parabrahman. So Upanishadartham ulukulena baddham. So you're searching for that Parabrahman in the Upanishads, Aranyakas, but you will not find him there because he is not there anymore. Why? Because Mother Yashoda bound him to the mortar, Ukkala. So he is actually crawling in the courtyard of Mother Yashoda. So if you really want to find out Parabrahman, come to Vrindavan. Come to Vrindavan. So there you will find him because he escaped from that Aranyakas, like that. So this is a wonderful nature of, there are two people who chased Krishna to catch him, right? There are two people who tried to bind Krishna, right? So who is the one who tried to chase Krishna? Kalayavana, right? Another one is Mother Yashoda, right? Who is the one who tried to bind Krishna, arrest Krishna? Duryodhana. Then who is the one, another one who tried to bind Krishna? Mother Yashoda, right? So there are two people, Duryodhana and Kalayavana, but here is the only one person, Yashoda. Both who tried to chase Krishna, then who tried to bind Krishna. Who is that? Prema. So why why Kalayavana could not catch Krishna, right? Why Duryodhana could not arrest Krishna, right? Because Krishna is known as Bhavagrahi Janardana. The effort is same. Both their efforts are same. That Duryodhana wanted to arrest Krishna, Kalayavana wanted to chase Krishna and catch Krishna. Mother Yashoda also wanted to chase Krishna and arrest Krishna. But both are failed. Kalayavana, he saw Krishna came out of Mathura, then he started walking. Then Kalayavana thought, who is this most beautiful, handsome personality with lotus eyes and Ajanubahu? So he was giving alis and all. Then Krishna did not even look back, just walking. Krishna did not even run. Here, mother in Gokul, Krishna was running. Krishna was running. But there, Krishna did not even run. He was just walking. He was giving alis, because he was so durbhagi that he is no fortune also to get killed by Krishna Kalayavana. So he got killed by Muchukunda. Right? In the same way, Duryodhana also wanted to bind Krishna in Kurusabha. Right? So then that time Krishna showed his Vishwarup. Right? So Krishna taught, he said, why are you making your mother Gandhari cry? Right? So then Duryodhana became very angry. He said, मेरा माँ का नाम नहीं लेता है ऐसा और कोई है तो टांग खींच लेता है ऐसा कुछ बोला था. Then he said, if otherwise क्या कर लेता? एक ग्वाला को बंदी बना लो. Right? Hey, so everybody was shocked, How? Then Krishna said, Are, for someone, Bhishma and Drona, he went to the outside the city to welcome. You want to arrest? So, bandi banane to try karke dekh lo. Right? So, he tried, but he showed Vishrupa. So, bhava, because durbuddhi, because of Dhartarashtra Durbuddher, first chapter Bhagavad Gita it comes. Dhartarashtra Durbuddhe, because of their Durbuddhi, their bhava is contaminated. That is why they could not arrest Krishna. That's why Kalayavana could not catch Krishna. It is said that Madhusudana Saraswati, he says in one of his poems that why Duryodhana and others, they got this Durbuddhi? Because a rope of death already, tightened around their necks. That is why they got the Durbuddhi to arrest Krishna. Right? Arrest Krishna. Like that. So, it is said that if you offer Maredu Pushpa, Mandara Pushpa and some other Pushpas to Lord Shiva, he becomes very pleased. Right? Manmada also, he offered 5 flowers. The Manmada, he releases, Pushpa Bana. He also offered 5 flowers. Right? Maredu, Lord Shiva, 5 Pushpas are favorite to him, Maredu Pushpa and all that, Mandara and I forgot. But Manmada also offered 5 Pushpas. But Manmada got burnt. But his devotees, other devotees, they get benedictions from Lord Shiva. Why? Because? Wow. For Lord Shiva also there is a, Bhavagrahi Mahesha. वैसे ही Bhavagrahi Janardana. Like that. It is said that when Mother Yashoda is trying to chase Krishna and trying to catch Krishna, when this pastime is happening, all the 33 million demigods, they are watching from the skies. They parked their vehicles in the sky and they are watching from there. And then among those demigods, even Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma also were present. So they were not liking that Mother Yashoda, who is a coward woman, everywhere, there is a caste feeling. Even demigods also, so much caste feeling, right? Indra had so much caste feeling. That's why, when Dadichi Muni wanted to teach Vedas to Ashwini Kumaras, they said, they are actually doctors, they are not, of our quality, don't teach. Itna caste feeling, So, many of the poets, they have caste feeling that, Are, what is this, a coward woman is trying to arrest Krishna? What is like that? So, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they are horrified, said, how dare, she is just a coward woman, how she is trying to catch Krishna? So, they did not like it. And they were just praying that, she will not be able to catch Krishna. And they were watching with bated breath, what is going to happen, what's going to happen. And then Mother Yashoda said, I'm going to catch. So finally when she caught hold of Krishna, so it is said by some acharyas that Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they lost faith in Krishna, it seems. I said, why? If he could not be avoided to be caught by coward woman Mother Yashoda, how is he going to save us from the demons? Like that, so they lost faith, it seems. This is called Atishayokti, as a Alanka, poetry, like that. So poets, they have this bhavana. So jo bhavana karta hai, usko hi Bhagwan milte hai. So bhava bhakti. So like that. So why? Because Duryodhana and Kalayavana, their bhavana was wrong. That is why they could not catch Krishna. But Mother Yashoda, her bhavana, not only bhavana, so in the beginning it is, we should perform devotional service with bhavana, with bhava. and then it will become rasa. That is why devotees of Krishna are known as rasikas. Right? Where it comes? Third verse of Bhagavatam. Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Only rasika bhaktas, Krishna's bhaktas are known as rasika. Because from Chandogya Upanishad it comes, raso vaisaha. So, Krishna is the embodiment of all rasas, and those who worship Krishna, they are rasikas. Right? So, those who are having rasa in their hearts, they can only understand Bhagavatam. Right? Not those who sit in Bhagavatam class because of Jabardasti. Right? Because बोलेगा तुम्हारा पोस्ट चला जाएगा, पोस्ट नहीं मिलेगा, तो प्रसादम नहीं मिलेगा. अदरवाइज वो चिट्ठी देते हैं आजकल. पहले कुछ चिट्ठी नोट महाराज जब टेम्पल कमांडर थे वो देते थे ना आप चिट्ठी. बंद हो गया. वेरी डिफिकल्ट like that. So I don't like to speak in front of devotees who are sitting jabardasti, out of force. So those who relish Bhagavatam, those who are rasikas, if you speak in front of them, you can actually relish more, and then they will also relish. Rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. So it is very important to develop this bhava for understanding Krishna's pastimes. Not like that. So this bhava will come by hearing again and again the same pastime. By Shravana, Manana, and then Nididhyasa. Right? So when you hear Krishna Katha, and then after when you are taking prasadam, or while walking towards prasadam hall, or doing, if you have some free time, you do manan. You recollect the entire pastime, entire sequence of the pastime. Then you can relish it more. You can relish it more if you do manan. So this manan is very important. So according to Sri Vaishnavas, manan means preaching. So whatever you heard, you preach. That is called manan. Right? Like that. So this pastime, Damodar Leela, I will add a few more points. That, like I told many times, what is every name of Krishna has two meanings. One is Leelartha, other is Paramartha, Vedartha, Tatvikartha. So the Leelartha is because Mother Yashoda bound Krishna with the rope around the waist, around the stomach. So that is Damodara, right? So another meaning, Tatvika Artha, is Dama means lokas, planet, universes, right? So the Bhagavan in whose stomach all the universes exist, he is Damodar, right? He is Damodar, like that. But when he performs Leelas, when that particular Leela has happened, then that particular name comes. Right? Like that. Vasudeva. Vasudeva means son of Vasudeva. But before that also, he is known as Vasudeva. Means Vasu means Vasana. Vasana means it spreads everywhere. Right? So Vasu means one who exists everywhere, all pervading. Right? Deva means Prakasha, effulgent. Right? That's Vasudeva means Sat and Chit. Sat Chit. There is no Ananda. Sat and Chit. So that is Vasudeva. That is Vedic Artha. Like that. So there is for every pastime, there are different levels of arthas. Like that. For those devotees who have practiced Ashtanga Yoga, like Dhruv Maharaj and all. So for them, there is one artha given by one Sri Vaishnava, that Yama Niyama Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. So Dharana means catching. Dhyana means tying, binding. And Samadhi means tying very tightly, staying it like that. So those yogis, those who cross, Pratyahara, so they do dharana. They try to catch Krishna in their minds, in their hearts, Then sometimes there is something called Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Savikalpa Samadhi. So Nirvikalpa Samadhi is the highest, where he is fixed in dhyana, right? Savikalpa Samadhi, he may fall down. So here they interpret that Mother Yashoda, she is carrying Krishna on her lap and giving milk. Giving milk. And then she, when the milk, another milk was boiling over, she left Krishna, and kept him on the floor, and then she ran. So like that, sometimes yogis, they catch Krishna, yogis, they catch Krishna, and when somebody becomes distracted by material things, then Krishna leaves. So then we have seen Mother Yashoda struggling very hard to catch Krishna. Once you leave Krishna, to go from your heart, then it is very, very difficult to catch Krishna. That we have found in Narada Muni's 6th chapter, first canto of 6th chapter. In the beginning, he had darshan of Narayana, then he disappeared. When he tried to catch again, he said, not possible. He was not successful. Then he got a message like that. So very, very difficult if somebody is practicing yoga and then he becomes distracted by material things. But those who have reached Savikalpa Samadhi, even if by providence, will of providence, he falls down, they don't have to go through again Yama, Niyama, Asana and all. So from there, dharana only, they can start again. So this dhyana means Mother Yashoda trying to bind Krishna. Right? Bind Krishna. Like last time I have explained, what are these ropes, What are these ropes? These ropes are ropes, pasha, pasha is ropes of affection. Ropes of affection. So, when I think that I am this body, right? Like, what is, sannyas? What is sannyas? What is nyasam? Nyasam means, what is nyasam? Keeping, yeah. Udar mein rakhna, kisi ke paas rakhna. So, sat sannyas means we have to keep two of our valuable things with Krishna. What are our most valuable things? Aham and mama. I and mine. Aham and mama. So these, what are these two fingers short for yogis and all? This aham and mama. So all the, Mother Yashoda brought all the ropes from her house. That means we have to collect all the ropes of affection. Affection for a wife, affection for children, affection for money, affection for the house, affection for lands, affection for the vehicles. So many, millions of ropes. That is why so many ropes she collected, right? Not one or two. So many ropes. And then and then because how many ropes are there collected, but still two things are short, two fingers short. That is aham and mama. So at one point of time, when we give up that aham and mama, then all those ropes, they get connected to rope called service to Krishna. Then all those ropes, ultimately, when that aham and mama were given up, so Mother Yashoda, originally she took out 2 ribbons from her braid. And then ultimately, only those two ribbons caught Krishna, bound Krishna. All the other ropes have disappeared. So what are all those ropes? Aham mama ropes. Right? Aham mama ropes. So, that is one thing. Srila Prabhupada explains in Krishna book that Krishna and Balaram, they carry two ropes, on their shoulders. So, if you see Krishna Balaram Darshan in Vrindavan temple, they put those ropes. Here we don't put. What are they? That ropes are called Niryoga Pasha. What? Niryoga Pasha. So, Prabhupada explains, these two ropes are carried by Krishna and Balaram to catch the hind legs of the cows while milking the cows. So they carry. So these ropes, they are actually create a festival in the eyes of the Vrajavasis, because these ropes are made of yellowish cloth and then studded with so many jewels and pearls and all that. So sometimes these ropes, these covered boys also they carry, and Krishna Balaram also they carry. So sometimes they carry on their shoulders. Sometimes these boys they decorate their turbans with these ropes. So when Krishna and Balaram also, when Krishna also decorates this, his turban, it creates a festival, Netrotsava, for the eyes, because it looks so beautiful. Like that. So, what is the meaning of Krishna carrying this rope? Niryoga Pasha. There is a deeper meaning to that. So this Niryoga Pasha is actually it is meant for tying the ropes that are carried by Krishna to tie his devotees with love. So just like Mother Yashoda tied Krishna by bringing rope, in the same way Krishna also is carrying all the time some rope. For what? Tying the devotees with the rope of love. Right? So just like he ties the hind legs of the cows to milk the milk, in the same way he also ties the devotee's heart with the rope of love to extract prema bhakti, because the essence of all the cows is cow is milk. In the same way, the essence of pure devotees is prema bhakti. So in order to extract that prema bhakti, Krishna ties the devotees with this rope of love, Niryoga Pasha. So Niryoga means to tie tightly, So all the gopis, when they see Krishna, so they understand the intention. He has two intentions. One is when he decorates his turban with this Niryoga Pash. That means he has already found somebody and bound that devotee with his love. So that is the indication. And how do we, then when Krishna is carrying the rope in his hands or shoulders, that means he is looking for a devotee. He is searching for some devotee who is to be bound. So how to attract Krishna? Right? So Udgitam, right? By chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra very loudly, you can attract Krishna. Oh, this person is chanting Hare Krishna loudly. Right? So, one day, Nanda Vraja Strinam, Padarenum Abhikshanashaha. Yasham Harikatha Udgitam, Punanti Bhuvanatrayam. You know this verse? 10th canto, very beautiful verse. Uddhava, while going back after having conversation with the gopis, he chants this verse. This is the last verse. Said, one day, Nanda Vrajas Trinam. I am offering obeisances to, the gopis of, Nanda Vraj, Nanda Maharaj, right? Why? Because Padarenam Abhikshanashaha, one should do abhishek of their heads with the dust of their lotus feet, right? So when they chanted the Harikatha, very loudly, Udgitam, loudly, then Punanti Bhuvanatrayam. So all the three worlds, they get purified. So what is that Harikatha? Uttama Shloka Varnanam. Like Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, worshipped by so many sages and all. Om Sahasra Sirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat, like that. But when Krishna is walking on the roads of Hastinapur, all the ladies of Kuru dynasty, they went up on the higher floors, high rise, and then they were showering flowers. Then they said, Anyonyam Asit Sanjalpa, right? Uttama Shloka Chetasa, right? Kauravendra Purastrinam, Sarvashruti Manoharam, right? So they were talking about Krishna, Aho Shlaganiyam, Yadokulam, right? Like that. So how glorious this Yadukula that Krishna appeared. How glorious is, Madhuvanam, that Krishna walked on the streets of Vraja and all that. So Prabhupada says, Sarvashruti Manoharam. So Krishna liked their talks, Anyonyam Asit Sanjalpa. They were talking among themselves, right? How Krishna is like this, Krishna is like this. So that talk has attracted Krishna more than all these Vedic chants. Right? So Udgitam, Narada Muni, in conclusion of Narada Bhakti Sutra, he says that the last instruction was Udgitam, Sankirtan. Right? Sankirtan. So this Sankirtan, introduced by Sri Narada Muni actually, right? Devadattam imam veenam, Swara Brahma vibhushitam, right? Murchayitva harikatha gayamanam charamiyaham, right? So this veena is given by Krishna to Narada Muni. Devadattam imam veenam. Swara Brahma vibhushitam. This Swara Brahma, Prabhupada writes, Sarigama Padanisa. They are of Brahman. They are transcendental. And anybody who uses this Swara Brahma to attract Krishna, singing the glories of Krishna, that is also transcendental. So Prabhupada wants this Sarigama Padanisa should only be used to make the ragas to glorify Krishna. To glorify Krishna. So he says, Murchitva Harikatham. So while playing this instrument, when I sing Harikatha, I go around, all over the world, singing this Harikatha. So then Pragayataha Swaviryani Tirthapata Shuchishrava Ahuta Evame Sigram. So as soon as I use this stringed instrument and chant the glories of Krishna, Harikatha, so Pragayataha, everywhere going around and singing the glories of Krishna, then what happens? Ahuta Evame Sigram. Immediately, Darshayan Yati Chetasi. Immediately Hari appears in my heart. So Prabhupada says, just like, live TV. Live TV. So all the pastimes of Damodar will be telecast, in somebody's heart who actually sings the glories of Krishna, without any. That is why this Hare Kirtan one should never do for money. Never. All this. So all those people, all these film artists and all, who are using all these ragas for singing cinema songs, they will become Sudras in their next life. Right? Even devotees also, we should be very careful. Kitna dega? Panchatattva or Vishnu Sahasranamam. Panchatattva means 500. Right? Vishnu Sahasranamam is 1000. Right? That is the market rate. Like that. So we should have, right? We should avoid that. So, so that is, Niryoga Pasa. So just like, Mother Yashoda bound Krishna with love around the waist of Krishna. In the same way, once Krishna was coming, he told Srimati Radharani that I am coming. So he made her wait. So in between he visited one rival gopi, and Radharani came to know that Krishna was coming from a rival gopi. Right? So Krishna very hesitatingly, trying to catch the attention of Radharani. And then Radharani came to know that he was coming from a rival gopi. So he became very, very angry. She became very, very angry. And then she was actually keeping her head away, sideways. But she wanted to see Krishna. Then she cast sidelong glances at all over the body of Krishna with her possessive love. Right? So that glance of Radharani's eyes, caught Krishna, bound Krishna, then he became motionless. Right? He became motionless. Then he started pleading in his mind only, please forgive me, please forgive me. So after some time, she released the binds, the ties, knots of her glance. Then again, Krishna started moving. That is why Krishna is also known as Radha Damodar. Radha Damodar. So, it is said that Krishna, is, looking for us, like in Bhagavad Bhagavatam also, carrying his Niryoga Pasha. So we should pray to Krishna. He was thinking like that. So when Mother Yashoda was bound by, Krishna was bound by Mother Yashoda. So that he was thinking that Narada Muni blessed this Nalakuvera and Manigriva, that, when I appear, I will deliver them. So he said, Mother Yashoda bound me with her love, so I cannot free myself. So what I will do is, I will do some punya, because I have done something wrong, some sin. That is why I was bound, I was arrested. So I will do some prayaschitta, some pious activity. Then as a result of that pious activity, I will be released. So that is why he has decided to release Nalakuvera and Manigriva from their bondage. So as a result of that, Krishna got released. They say like that. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Itna 8:30 ka hai na class? Huh? Any questions, comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the nice class. You are mentioning about the yogis, Swa Vikalpa, Nirvikalpa, Samadhi. So those who get distracted by the desires, so they are not fixed in their meditation. And you gave example of Narad Muni. But in his case, the Lord himself spoke out that because of immature devotional service.
Antasmin janmana bhavan mamam dushyam iva iharahati. Right? Avipakvam kashayanam. Durdashoham kuyoginam. So because you are not complete, that means desires are not free, completely not free.
So when the yogis, they try to meditate, simply by their effort, they are able to fix their mind on Krishna. Or is it Krishna's grace that he will bestow his remembrance to that yogi?
Yogis, they try to catch Krishna by their own efforts. That's why it takes 60,000 years. $10,000 years, like that. For Narada Muni, it took 2 crores. Right? 2 crore saal laga. Huh? Huh. Yeah. Narada, Prabhupada writes in the second canto of Bhagavatam that these yogis and all, they try to catch Krishna by their own efforts. That is called ahankar. Right? That is why it takes them so much time. Even though they try so hard, they do tapasya so much, but still, in the core of their hearts, material desires remain, hankering remains. So that is why Vishwamitra Muni, when he saw Menaka, he became distracted, even after doing so much tapasya. Whereas devotees, they don't depend on their efforts. They say, you read second canto of Bhagavatam, it is, this passage is there. The devotee thinks that, my dear Krishna, your Maya is you are powerful, your Maya is very powerful, I am very weak. I am very weak. So I have no chance, I don't stand any chance. Please protect me. So because of the humility of the devotees, Krishna comes to their rescue. Whereas yogis, they think that by my own effort I will catch Krishna. That is why it takes them so much time. Anything else? Thank you. Dhanyavad. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.